Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be going through and decluttering the remainder of my lipsticks. So I have the lipsticks that I wasn't able to get to in my last video, which were the NYX ones. I just have them lined up back there. And then I have more high-end lipsticks like MAC, Smashbox, Lorac, Makeup Forever, things like that. So let's go ahead and just get started. Also, if you missed the first part of my lipstick decluttering and you want to check that out, I'll go ahead and make sure to link that down below. So just to kind of wrap up the last of my drugstore lipsticks, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the NYX ones first. And these first four that I have are their matte lipsticks. This first one is in the shade Whipped Caviar. And this is Whipped Caviar. I think it is gorgeous. It's just that perfect, beautiful, rich, kind of sexy mauve type of color. It's kind of like a Kylie Jenner color, but not quite as brown. So I really, really love this. I just think it looks like so warm and cozy, and obviously the pigmentation is amazing, so I will hold on to that one. This one is in the shade Shocking Pink, and the name is totally appropriate for this. It's a really intense hot pink color. It's not like a light hot pink though. It's more of like a deep kind of hot fuchsia pink. It's really, really pretty. I really don't have too many things like this, so I think I'm gonna hold on to it just for the principle of not having too many colors quite like that. This one is in the shade Euro Trash. And there's that one. This is kind of like a deeper nude color. It's almost like a very kind of dark burnt peach. So this is really, really pretty. I will hold on to that one as well. And then the last matte lipstick is this one in the shade Natural. And there's Natural. Natural is more of like a medium mauve pink. Really, really pretty as well. So I actually really do like all four of these. I haven't really used them all that much, obviously, so I'm gonna go ahead and have to take them out. That way I can actually start using them. So I went ahead and dived into the next row of my NYX lipsticks, and I think these are just their standard round lipsticks. These have more of like a satin type of finish, but the pigmentation is still really, really good on all of these. I just did one swipe of each lipstick. So this first kind of like orangey red one is in this shade Femme. It's really, really pretty, and it's totally my kind of color, but I do own other lipsticks like this, and I actually like my Milani one a little bit more than this. I showed that in my last video. It's kind of another really beautiful, intense red orange. I like the finish of the Milani one more than this. This is again more of like a satin type of finish, and I prefer more of like a matte finish for these brighter shades. So I am gonna let go of that one. This next one is in the shade Tea Rose. This is probably one of my all-time favorite NYX shades. It's just like a medium mauve color. It's really simple, easy to throw on. It goes with everything, and I really love this color. So I will hold on to Tea Rose. You can see that Tea Rose is a little bit lighter than the matte shades that I swatched. It has a little bit more pink to it, and it's a different finish, so that is why I'm going to hold on to that one. This next one is in the shade Strawberry Milk. I'm definitely going to let this go. It's just a really kind of light, frosty, milky pink. I think it looks gorgeous on certain people that can pull off these kind of like lighter, milkier pinks. Like think of NARS Turkish Delight. It's really, really pretty. It just does not look good on my skin tone, so I'm going to go ahead and let go of Strawberry Milk. This next one is in the shade Georgia, and this is just a warm nude with a little bit of like an orange peach color to it. It's really, really pretty, so I do think I'm going to hold on to that one as well. Unfortunately, I'm a huge sucker for nude lipsticks, so I think most nude lipsticks are going to be like the hardest for me to let go of. This one, on the other hand, is in the shade Goddess, and this is kind of like a metallic pink color. I think a lot of these NYX lipsticks I did order online. That's why you're seeing some of these more like kind of oddball type of shades, but I am going to let go of Goddess as well. It's a little bit, like I said, on the metallic shimmery side, which I really don't like, so I'm going to go ahead and let go of that one too. This next one is in the shade Heather, and this is a beautiful mauve color. It's almost like a deep rose. It's really, really pretty, and this is so creamy. This is by far like the creamiest one I've swatched out so far, so I definitely will hold on to Heather. And then the one right below it is the shade Sierra. And Sierra is kind of like an orange pumpkin color. I actually don't have anything quite like this. I would say the closest might be Georgia, but this just looks a little bit spicier. So I really, really love that. I love like orange colored lipsticks for some reason. I think they're just so different looking. This one is in the shade B52. And this is another warm mauve color. It actually looks pretty close to Heather. but it's a little bit lighter. So I might have to just pull a few of these out and kind of try them on back to back. And if I see that there's ones that look super close to one another, I'll decide from there which ones I'm gonna toss. But swatched out, don't they all look so different? Maybe I'm just justifying it in my head, probably. But yeah, I also really love B52. This next one is in the shade Fig, and Fig is a really pretty kind of lighter rose color. I think this looks so gorgeous in the springtime. For a while, it was really hard for me to find Fig for some reason. I feel like it was always sold out when I would look for it at Ulta. So I did order it online. It is a really pretty kind of springtime pink. I will hold on to Fig as well. And then the last one is also in the shade Fig. So I guess I own two of these. So I'm definitely gonna go ahead and get rid of one. So again, those are all the NYX lipsticks. Really, really pretty, all really pigmented. I definitely like the matte formulas the most. The round ones are okay. They're just a little bit on the sheer side. You may not be able to tell on camera, but if you look at the matte ones, you can't see my skin at all peeking through, where these ones you can see my skin peeking through a little bit. And it may not seem that dramatic on my arm, but when you do get those kind of lipsticks on your actual lips, it can be a little bit frustrating. So these ones here, these last ones, definitely I think were like the most creamy and pigmented. I also have these NYX Jumbo Lip Pencils, so I'll just dive into these. This first one is in the shade Honey Nectar. So there's Honey Nectar. This is really, really pretty. It looks a lot like Fig, but just a little more modest. It's not quite as bright. So I love that one. This is in the shade Maroon, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and let go of this one. It's a really pretty color. It's obviously really deep. It's just like a dark blood, kind of like an ox blood kind of color. But I feel like with shades like this, I definitely want something a little bit sturdy. You can kind of see the finish of these are slightly glossy, and knowing me, I would get it all over the place. So I'd rather go for something a little bit more matte that's really gonna kind of lock in my lips and not get everywhere. This next one is in the shade Soft Fuchsia, which is a pretty misleading title again for NYX because this is nothing like fuchsia. This is pretty much like a mauve color with a gray tone in it. So if you're into the whole gray tone mauve kind of lip look like I am, you actually might really like this. This again is a little bit on the glossy side as well as all of these, which is not my favorite, but I do really like the color, so I'm gonna test it out and hold on to it for now. And then this last little thing is actually a lip primer, and I don't even think I ever use this. This is just a kind of waxy pencil that you put on underneath your lipsticks to kind of help them stay in place and prevent them from feathering. You can't see anything, but I didn't know if maybe you could kind of see the texture of it. It's just kind of like a clear waxy balm. It doesn't feel greasy or heavy or anything, so I definitely will have to try this out. This one is a NYX Simply Red Lip Cream, and I think I got this in a gift bag some time ago. And there's what that looks like. It's really, really pretty, but again, I have too many other things like this, and this does, yeah. I just feel like this is something that would kind of get all over the place because it is that kind of glossy formula again. So the color is really pretty. It's slightly on the sheer side. It's nothing too heavy and like opaque. This is in the shade Seduction, and again, this is the NYX Simply Red Lip Creams, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go. So last things from NYX are these Extreme Lip Creams, and I have 3 different shades. This is in the shade Peach Fuzz, and this is so pretty, oh my gosh. It's just like a light peach color. It's so gorgeous. I think this would look really good like dabbed onto the center of your lip if you're someone of a little bit of a deeper skin tone. I think if you're fair skinned, this would make a perfect like all over lipstick. But I feel like this would just look gorgeous kind of popped in the center of like a warm nude lipstick or warm mauve lipstick, just to kind of make your lips look a little bit larger. It's just that kind of perfect lighter shade. So I'm definitely gonna hold on to Peach Fuzz. This next one is in the shade Buttery Nude. And there's the shade Buttery Nude. It's really, really pretty. You can see these are really thick and really kind of like a heavy type of formula. So if you're not really into that, I wouldn't really recommend these. I personally am not even that crazy about these type of formulas that feel really thick and heavy on the lips, but I really, really love the color of this. So I will hold on to Buttery Nude. So the first 2 were actually extreme lip creams, and then this last one is a soft matte lip cream, and this one is in the shade Stockholm. I know this is a pretty popular shade, but I am definitely gonna let this go. I always feel like these matte lip creams never look flattering on my lips. I feel like they really kind of cling onto dry patches and fine lines, and I do exfoliate my lips, but throughout the day sometimes my lips will still get dry, and I feel like formulas like this that are kind of like whipped just really accentuate dryness, and yeah, I really don't like it. So love the color, just really hate the formula, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this go. Okay, so that is it for the drugstore lipsticks. So now I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the higher end lipsticks. These first two are the OCC lip tars, and I have the shade Hush as well as the shade Kava Kava. I'm not going to swatch these out because they're a little bit messy, but I know for a fact I love the both of these. I love the formula. I love how long lasting they are. They are a little bit difficult to work with, the lip tars, because they're so pigmented and so heavy, but I don't know, I just really love them. I'm definitely going to hold on to both of my lip tars. This first one is in the shade Shy Girl, which is a really pretty peach color with a little bit of shimmer. I do think I'm going to let Shy Girl go because it is that cream sheen formula. I know this is a huge like cult favorite. Everyone seems to have Shy Girl in their collection, but I feel like with the cream sheens, they just never look too flattering on my lips, and I know I've mentioned that in a previous video before. I just feel like they're a little bit on the sheer side, and for my deeper skin tone, they don't really show up all that well. So I am letting Shy Girl go. This next one is in the shade Flesh Pot, and this is just a really pretty kind of matte flesh type of lipstick. I love having something like this, again, just to kind of dab in the center of my lips if I kind of want to make my lips look a little bit bigger. So I think I will hold on to Flesh Pot. Next one is in the shade Half and Half, and I know I'm definitely holding on to this because I really love it. It's kind of like a warm nude type of color. After swatching MAC lipsticks after NYX lipsticks, you really can tell the difference between a higher end formula and a more affordable formula. These definitely feel so much more just like substantial when you swatch them out. So there's Half and Half. It's just a really pretty kind of brown nude shade. And then this last one is in Warm Me Up. This is another one of those kind of like deep tan orange nudes, and I will hold on to that one as well. This was an Amplified. And just to kind of go over the finishes, the first one, Shy Girl, was a cream sheen. Flesh Pot is a satin finish. And then Half and Half and Warm Me Up are both the Amplified formulas, which are my favorite for MAC lipsticks. Next, I have the shade Ruby Woo. I won't even swatch this out because I know a lot of you guys already know what this looks like, but it's one of my all-time absolute favorite red colors. I don't think I could ever go without this, so definitely holding on to Ruby Woo. Next is the shade Myth. And I think I'm gonna let Myth go. It's another one of those kind of fleshy type of lipsticks, but Myth is a satin type of finish, which I'm not really too crazy about unless I really love the color. I'm not really down for these kind of satin finishes. I just prefer the Amplified. I find that they're a little bit better in coverage and pigmentation, so I am going to let Myth go. This next one is in the shade Ravishing, and this is a cream sheen. I'm not a fan of the cream sheen formulas, but I am a fan of this lipstick. I remember I used to love wearing this in the summertime, so I am gonna hold on to Ravishing. It's a really pretty kind of tangerine type of shade. This next one is in the shade Hue, and this is a glaze finish. And I'm definitely gonna let go of Hue. You can barely see it. On me, I'm sure this barely shows up at all, so I am gonna let Hue go. This one is in the shade Blankety, and this was kind of like deemed the Kim Kardashian lipstick for a long time. Was it Blankety or Angel? I think it might have been Angel, actually. I can't remember, but this is just a really pretty nude color, and this is an Amplified formula again, so my favorite type of formula and finish, so I'm definitely going to hold on to Blankety. I feel like Blankety is one of those just universally flattering type of colors. It's an easy nude to throw onto your lips. It's creamy, it's gorgeous. So I definitely would say Blankety is probably one of my all-time favorite MAC lipsticks. And there's the shade Faux. And this is really pretty. This is a satin type of finish, but I do think I'm also gonna let this go. I kind of wish that I would have kept all those NYX swatches on my arm because there's so many colors I swatched out that are easy dupes for a lot of these lipsticks in terms of like the color. But yeah, I am gonna let Faux go. It is really pretty. It's just I own too many things like it. I am gonna let go of that one. This one is in the shade Growing Trend. I'm pretty sure this was a limited edition, and this is kind of like another one of those creamy nude type of colors. It's like a true beigey nude. If you can kind of see it in comparison to Flesh Pot is a little bit more peachy, where Growing Trend is a lot more like brown and almost has a yellow tone to it. I definitely feel like I'm gonna let Growing Trend go. I think I ordered it online and then got it and wasn't even that happy with it and completely forgot to return it, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it go now. This next one is in Cream Cup, and I love this color. It's just a beautiful, sweet, easy to throw on type of pink. This is a cream sheen formula, but I do love the color so much that I'm kind of willing to put up with the finish and kind of work with it because I do love this shade, so I am gonna hold on to Cream Cup. I knew I would have this. This one is in the shade Angel. I think this was like the Kim K type of lipstick for a long time, or she's kind of the one that made this shade so popular. And it's really pretty, but I do think I'm actually gonna let go of Angel. It's a little bit of like a baby little girlish type of pink to me. I remember when these type of lips were really in style, but I think I'm just gonna let Angel go. I never ever reached for it. I think it was just one of those hype lipsticks where I bought it because it was like the coveted item to have, but I never really wore Angel all that much, so I am gonna let it go. And then the last MAC lipstick I have is one of their Sheen Supreme lipsticks, and this is in the shade Bare Again. And I'll just swatch it here. There's Bare Again. You can see like it just has a really nice, nourishing type of finish. It's just a beautiful pinky brown nude. It's so, so pretty. These just melt on your lips. They remind me a lot of a Revlon lip butter, but of course a little bit more nourishing and creamy than a lip butter. This is really, really pretty. I think this is another one I'm gonna return over to my vanity so that I use it up again. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here for now. I'm sorry I wasn't able to get through everything, but again, I know you guys like the swatches, so I wanna make sure that I'm taking my time to do that for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and please be sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so already. And of course, please leave me a comment. I love talking to you guys. If you have any questions about swatches or formulas or things that you wanna see in any of my upcoming videos, please let me know down below. And yeah, thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Hey guys, just want to jump in really quickly. I forgot to give an overview of what I kept and what I'm giving away. So everything on the left is either what I'm throwing out or giving away or trying to sell, and everything on the right is everything that I'm going to be keeping.